Williams. Dark Waters is back. I missed you guys over the past 2 days. I've been having some things I need to take care of. But I miss talking to you guys. How did you like the Democratic National Convention? Did you enjoy the spectacle that was the Democratic National Convention? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the abortion van outside? The pro-Palestine protesters who were marching all in the streets, stomping around, demanding things. Did you enjoy the Obama speech and the Oprah Winfrey speech and the Michelle Obama speech and the Joe Biden angry speech and the lies in the half-filled convention with nobody in it and the trolling that went on outside? Bigelow, baby. Be putting the link to the Bigelow on my website in a little while, so y'all can get you one. But did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it? I'm glad we made it through it without an assassination attempt, anybody getting hurt or anybody getting harmed. It's an amazing thing because now they got to own all of the stuff that they've been talking about. What I found most amazing was, hold on. What I found absolutely amazing was people went to the hood of Chicago to ask the Chicagoanians. I don't know what they're called. Chicagoanians, Chicagos, the people of Chicago, who they was voting for. They went to the hood and they had little kids sticking their heads out the car. Trump. Little black kids with teeth missing out their mouth. Trump. We voting for Trump. Little boy, you 5 years old. You can't vote for Trump. I need you to understand something. A 5-year-old little black kid stick his head out the window of a car and jump in front of the microphone and say he voting for Trump. You know the type of conversation that's been going on inside that house. Because he's a reflection of what he's hearing. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk did a poll, and 73% of Twitter, said that they voting for Trump. RFK Jr. just dropped out of the race and is about to endorse Donald Trump. You're talking about a full-on smashing in the election cycle. Unlike anything anybody's ever seen. And that leads me back to more assassination attempts on Donald Trump, because at this point in time, these people got to know that they cannot win. When you got the whole hood saying they voting for Trump. When you got little black kids running around the street talking about they voting for Trump. I'm a little bit of black children saying they're going to vote for Trump. The only thing they got left is pretty much liberal women who are unhappy, divorced, or who have a Jezebel control over their husband, and weak men. And if that convention crowd was a reflection in any way, shape, or form of who's behind them, there's nobody behind them. I'm with her. There's nobody with her. Whew, there we go. Coffee got me. I had a big old coffee. There's nobody with her. Absolutely nobody with her. And I'm only worried about that. Them trying to take another shot at the Don. And you think they would have learned their lesson the first time, but then they tried the plane. And then they tried J.D. Vance's plane. And so they only got one move left. And that's to try and assassinate homeboy. And I submit to you, that's not going to work There's too many people praying for him. There's a lot of people praying for him. A whole lot of people in intercessory prayer for him. A whole lot of people from all races in intercessory prayer with him. Now, I'm going to tell you the thing that got me the most about the DNC and the RNC was the invocations that they allowed. The one common theme was they both allowed invocations from people to Shiva and Vishnu, which is very disturbing to me. That both parties allowed, I guess you would call them Buddhists or Indian people to give invocations and pray over their crowds. Now, on the Democratic side, they had a woman, Leah Darty, go up there. And she's an interesting character. You guys should go look at her. Leah Darty is a witch. You go look and go read the church that she's involved in and read what they stand for. That's pure witchcraft. Pure witchcraft. Disguised under the guise of Christianity. Pure and utter witchcraft. And I think that's what's going on behind the scenes. I don't think I know. That's one of the driving forces behind the scenes of why America is where it is. And it's the number one thing that Christians in America are contending with. We got 43 people here. And we got 113 people and 45 likes. Can we get the likes up, please? Can we show me some love? All you got to do is tap the screen. Tap, 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 to tap, 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 to tap, tap. And we'll get it up. But I'm going to tell you, I'm scanning through the YouTube channels this morning. I ain't go look at the trends yet, because I'm pretty sure all the stuff that's trending is Democratic National Convention and it's not trending organically. But I'm scanning through the YouTube channels just to get a feel for people's reaction. And the number one thing that caught me was a black chick from the south side of Chicago who went on social media and spazzed out about the abortion bus outside of the convention. Her exact words were, "Do you think that we all want to abort our babies?" What are you? Well, get your ass from around here, boy. Sit here and listen to what I got to say. It's live. You ain't got to listen like that. So the number one thing was she was spazzing. And she went full hardcore. Like, y'all think that we support y'all coming bringing Planned Parenthood in here and setting it up like we gonna bring our babies down there for y'all to fuss to abort our babies? She was highly offended. And when you look at the chat, there's a whole bunch of other black women that are highly offended by it. And so I submit to you that not only was the convention not successful, the people in the area found it offensive. And they walked away from it being offended. And then when you bring in all the protesters into their city with all the foolishness, the trash, and marching down the street and acting a fool, that offended them as well. So the convention actually hurt them. Now the news media is going to be like, oh, the convention was great. It was electric. It was awesome. It was perfect. Then Andrew Cuomo came out. Chris Cuomo, Andrew. Andrew was the governor. Chris Cuomo. Chris is the one that was on TV. Chris Cuomo came out and pulled the Don Lemon. And this is how I want y'all to know that they know that they lost. When you start seeing men who've been vehemently opposed to America, vehemently opposed to America first, which is actually bringing jobs back to America, bringing family values back to America, bringing God back to America, making things better. When you see people who were vehemently opposed to it start to turn around and point the finger and say, like he said, all these people in these boots up here in these suites, these are the people who are the money behind this. This is, now they're trying to distance themselves. So when you see members of the media start to distance themselves, you know there's a trouncing or a trousing or a stumping on the way. They're getting ready to get stumped out politically. And they know it and they feel it and they see it. So they're trying to find a way to put distance between that far left and try and bring themselves back center some kind of way. Now everybody's job is to lead them over there. So when you see them out on the streets, be like, bro, I remember what you said, dog. Don't try and get off the bus now, homie. You was on that bus of destroying America. Stay on the bus. Don't get off. We ain't letting you off. You can't remake your image. You can't make yourself no better. That's what you was on. Stay over there. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like somebody been talking crazy about you and reckless about you. And then all these people that was in line with them, they all together, they talking crazy and they reckless and they all this cruel, crazy, reckless talking people. And then pow, the person talking crazy and reckless get hitting them out. Boom, blood come gushing out their mouth. Their nose is bleeding, their eyes start swelling. Everybody looking and said, oh, hell, he punched him. Now they want to put some distance. No, don't run. Stay with, dance with who brought you to the dance. Don't be the prom date that got in that man's car, drove all the way to the prom, and then now you're going to decide you're going to try and find somebody else to date while you at the prom. We at the prom. Dance. Dance. Don't switch. Dance. Dance with who brought you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we're seeing now. Now people don't want to dance with who brought them to the party. You got to dance with who brought you to the party. I hit the button by mistake. You got to dance with who brought you to the party. You know what I'm saying? Dance with who brought you to the party, man. Don't be running around, switching up teams. Oh, they losing. I'm a bandwagon football fan. Don't be a bandwagon political person. Don't be like, oh, they winning, now I'm going to go jump over there. No, hell no. Stay with who you've been working with. You've been trying to destroy America. Keep on trying to destroy her. And see, it's our duty and responsibility to remember who was trying to destroy us. To remember who was saying, better stay your behind inside or the police go and arrest you. To remember who told you that you couldn't be with your mom and your dad and your sister, your brother, your cousins, and your uncles. Remember who was pressing it. Don't forget. The man you forget, you let him escape. No, sir. No, sir. I don't forget. You know what I'm saying? I don't forget. I do not forget. Trump don't need to go to hood get no protection. Trump need to go to Blackwater to Prince and get his protection. We need to get his protection from. But that's just the truth, guys. And so what you see them doing now is they're abandoning ship. Now before the convention, they had shifted and they started attacking Kamala, and then it was wrangled back in control, and they covered the convention. Now watch what happens now. Now that the convention's over, they're going to start breaking away again. From the media's going to start breaking away. People going to start pulling away because now it's time to protect your own self-interest. Because they've seen what's happened to all the other people who were on the opposite side of it and who have been attacking America, quite frankly. They've seen them get fired. There's Brian Stelter, gone. Don Lemon, gone. Some of the most vocal people, they don't have shows anymore. Their ratings crashed because people don't have interest in it. And so this thing keep on popping up notifications. If I touch the notifications, I'm going to turn it off, so I'm going to leave it alone. So they've seen the downfall of those people. And they're sitting there saying, well, my career could be over if I'm not careful. Nah, dog, your career already over. You did it to yourself, homie. You did that. Can't nobody help you. Nobody gonna be able to help you. You ain't getting out of that situation. You get it all to yourself. You get it all to yourself, homie. And now you gotta take that ride. They tried to roll out the whole monkeypox thing. That ain't going too well for them at all. They said the summer cold that came out and hit everybody was COVID, which is pretty much summer cold. Now it wouldn't surprise me if they hit spraying some stuff in the air. But if you know what to take, you know what to take. Bada bing, bada boom. It's a done deal. That's why they fought all that information so hard when it was coming out. So they done shot every bullet out the gun. Now they got to physically start shooting bullets, real bullets out the gun. Metaphorically, they shot every bullet. Now they got to shoot real bullets. And that's just what he at this point in time. So we in between now and all the way to the inauguration, you in assassination season. And that's where we at. And again, I don't think it's going to work. I know of some powerful intercessors that intercede for Donald Trump on a daily basis. And if you look online, you'll see live streams where it's 5,000 people praying. You'll see another stream where it's 1,000. You see another stream where it's 10,000. Then you see the Lord sending some of the biggest prophets from around the world into America. And they're going into cities like Houston, Dallas, New Orleans, Chicago. I'm talking about highly anointed prophets coming in, and wham. And he's sending them into territories that are strongholds. And they coming in, bam. And when them men show up, everything starts shaking. You know what I'm saying? So it's beautiful, actually, to see what's going on. It's absolutely beautiful. The only thing I see that I don't like is this spirit of false prophecy over the nation where everybody's like, America's under judgment. God is about to punish America. America is Babylon. God's going to destroy America. I'm a Christian and I know God is going to. You don't know. The Lord is coming back today. The Bible says no man knows the day or the hour. Jesus said that no man knows the day or the hour. But guess what? Satan can try and get you to bring judgment on yourself by coming into agreement with a crazy prophecy and praying, Lord, hurry up and come and take you and in the world, in the world. You don't. You want to see your family, you want to see your grandchildren die? It's better to say, Lord, forgive this nation, forgive us, and prosper us. Then, Lord, destroy the whole earth. Nah, it's easy. Daddy, that person wicked, that person wicked, that person evil, that person wicked, that's a pedophile, that's a terrorist, that I'm snitching. Can you deal with them and go get them and make they pay the price for what they've been doing? You know what I'm saying? If we forgave Nineveh, you better believe we can forgive America. We ain't nowhere near as wicked as Nineveh was. If we go back and read what Nineveh was doing. But people come into agreement with that foolishness. They won't argue about it. Begging for the wrath of God. Begging. It's crazy. I think I'm gonna do a couple of videos on the DNC today. Somebody was asking me to tell some stories. Yo, what's up with you? What are you doing in here, Car? I thought you turned off to save the battery, man. Go ahead and save the battery. There you go. Thank you. Somebody's asking me about telling the stories. I love telling stories. I'm just not telling no Bigfoot dog man scary stories. I'm done with it. I mean, to give you something true means I got to go and talk to somebody and go back into that arena and have those conversations. I'm not interested in having no conversation with people about that because I know what it is. I'm just not interested in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. And I'm not interested in using my talents and gifts to boost that field anymore. To give it a lift. I'm not interested in doing it. I'll tell y'all some good stories. That'll be interesting. You know what I'm saying? But I have no interest in dealing with the cryptid field at all. Because my system of vetting requires me to do so much to produce something that's true, to be to be thrown into a sea of lies with everybody else who just make up stuff. And it don't matter because people, they just want to hear content. So they don't care. There's no way of distinguishing truth from lie in that, and nobody cares to distinguish the truth from the lie. So we ain't doing that. That's a waste of time and energy. I had multiple interview requests. My last interview I gave on that was with Eric Stagazi. Go check it out. Uncomfortable Podcast is what it's called. Do I think Alex Jones makes up stuff? I mean, if you've seen Alex Jones's history, there's no way Alex Jones makes up stuff. That's like dumb. I mean, like, the man's been on air for 30 years. You could literally go back and watch what he was saying 30 years ago and see that it was true. I mean, that's kind of crazy. But that's indicative of what I'm talking about. Like, nobody, like, the history of a person, when it comes to doing stuff publicly, your history and your background doesn't matter. The history of you being right doesn't equate to what it should, because the history of telling the truth, it takes so long for the truth to catch up with some of the stuff. You could be telling the truth for the longest. People just ignore the truth. They can see it manifest right in front of their face. But then somebody can come along lying and just lie, and everybody believes a lie. And so you have to be mindful. In the case of Alex, it took all those years for people to realize that Alex Jones is right. Now everything is hashtag Alex Jones is right. But it took him to go through persecution and all the rest of this crazy stuff for people to actually realize, man, what this dude been saying forever is right. And he went through persecution for a worthy cause, which is to save you and your family from the globalists. I'm not interested in going through persecution over no damn Bigfoot, dog man, and monsters. That don't help nobody. Or no demons or no black-eyed kids or no ghosts. That ain't doing nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna that don't affect the price of tea in China at all. I had it. The skills that I have are much better served than what I'm doing right now. You'll understand probably by Inauguration Day. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Right now, we're still working. You'll understand by then. I submit to you that Alex Jones has been right 98% of the time. He's been right. Well, I say 95. The other 5%, he's right, but nobody realizes he's right because nobody actually goes in and studies the documents of what people say. I mean, if you would spend time, a significant amount of time looking at what the World Economic Forum is saying, you would realize that he's 100% right. But most people won't do that. So what ends up happening is they don't acknowledge that he's right until it's right in their face, which is why they get so far along with what they do. So, for example, driverless cars, and a system where nobody has car ownership. That's their plan. They've already instituted it and started trying to roll it out in San Francisco with Waymo. But people getting in a car that doesn't have a driver. But you can see that, but most people can see that, but they can't see it projected out into the future where nobody drives. So when the test case comes out and they do the test run, instead of everybody rejecting it, everybody jumps on board with it. Oh, I can get in the car and it can drive me where I want to go. And then you start watching the videos of the people who are in the car and they're getting kidnapped, getting taken to places they didn't even ask to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. In the words of Charles White, yeah. It's crazy. It really is. So you can only wake up who you can wake up. Some people are going to get bust in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say, I'll get a horse. No, you don't need to get no horse. You need to tell them, nah, we're not buying your driverless cars. But everybody's like, I'm going to get the electric car. Yay. If you just rejected the electric car, then they wouldn't be able to do nothing. When your congressman or your state representative start trying to pass laws about you not being able to drive gasoline-powered cars, vote their ass out. And let them know, hey, bro, I'm going to vote you out. Seek them out. Go to where they go to have lunch and dinner. Go sit down and go to, they at the table, walk up to them with the camera. Hey, man, you voting for us to have all electric cars and not having freedom of movement. I want you to know we're going to get you voted out of office. Because it's that ability to be in public and enjoy being in public and not being confronted that allows them to do what they do. Trust me, I know this. And I'll show you how the other side uses that same pressure tactic. Remember, they were sending Black Lives Matter and Antifa to people's houses to make noise outside their house in the middle of the night and protest and do all the rest of this to put pressure on politicians. Now, I wouldn't advise you to go to nobody's house and bother them. I think that's crossing the line. But if he thinks he's going to go to a steak restaurant while I'm at the steak restaurant and I'm not going to say nothing to him, oh, he got a problem. Because I'm going to walk up on you. My boy, you's a traitor and a sellout. In front of his family, in front of his kids, in front of his wife. I'm going to tell you about yourself. You a sellout. Daddy, why he called you a sellout? Oh, he's crazy. Next person, you a sellout. Daddy, why everybody calling us a sellout? Now I ain't going to be like, oh, we got to go. Yeah. So when you go back to that office and they start saying, well, we'll give you $1 million to do this. Now you got to realize, man, is this $1 million worth my ability to comfortably take my family out into the street and enjoy ourselves when people know what I'm doing? You see what I'm saying? Here we go with the world is a stage shit. The QAnon bullshit. The world is a stage. And I'm going to sit in the audience and watch it. Might as well be like, I like turtles. The world is a stage. Everything's a stage. And we're sitting back and there are people out there who are making sure that things go the way that, we want them to go. They're on our team. Yes, I don't have to do anything. Yes, there's no responsibility for me. I don't have any responsibility. It's already done. It's crazy. I'm not with QAnon. Well, that's QAnon's talking point. The world is a stage. If you're not with them, stop using their talking point. You have responsibilities. If you don't handle your business, you're going to see a stage, all right, when they're walking in your front door. When the police doing like they're doing in the UK, you get online on Facebook and say something, and they got police force designed to arrest you because you said something mean online while they let criminals out of prison. Keep on sitting in the crowd, thinking the world's a stage. The world was a stage according to QAnon before it happened in the UK, and look what happened. That's all I'm saying, homie. That's all I'm saying. It's the talking points that we use that give power to people, man. Think about it. Everything that's done in a realm of politics and a realm of influence is based on words. And it is what it is. Like, for example, their slogan, Build Back Better. When they started saying Build Back Better, that was signaling the fact that they knew they broke everything and they needed to rebuild. And it signaled to you that they intentionally broke everything. It's like, we're going to build back better. It was all over the news. Build back better. Build back better. Build back better. Wait. I'm here and say, okay, so what we need to rebuild. Let me look at what you know. So you did this on purpose. You broke this. Now you want to rebuild it. Order out of chaos. Magic. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is to it. I'm going to tell you some of the most interesting things is what's going on at CERN. Where if you look, you got pictures of demons. They're talking about they found the 4D ghost particle. Little bitch, you open a portal when demons came through, and I hope they kill you. Now, I hope the demons kill every last one of them people that's working in CERN. They try to go home and sleep at night, and the demon pulling their pants off. Take a shower, and showing himself in the mirror. Working with interdimensional beings that want to destroy humanity. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to open a portal and let things in. You jackass. That's like that wild video with that portal opening over the White House. That was wild. You see a red portal. Now, on some of the thumbnails, they made it look like it was a Stargate portal. It was a red dot that expanded and then closed. Portal. Have you ever considered what had to be going on inside of there for that portal to open up? What sacrifice had to be made for that portal to open up inside the White House? For it to open up? You know what I'm saying? What deal was made? What arrangement had been made? What promise was made? What blood was shed? And who inside of that building had that type of knowledge of the occult to do it? That's all I'm saying. When I see those things, that's what crossed my mind. Okay, that's clearly a big red portal that opened up over the White House. Now, who y'all got in there that know enough about sorcery, divination, and witchcraft, and what ritual they needed to do to open that thing up? And then what was the deal that was made in that spiritual exchange when you opened it up? You know what I'm saying? That's what I be wondering. I wonder a lot of things. Like, do handicap spots remember the handicap that parked in them? I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. If everything is alive, maybe they do. You dig? It's ball worship. I agree. I submit to you, the Democratic Convention had every demonic god, representation of every god there was at that convention. Under the Obamas came in the stuff with gay marriage, and they were the start of the gender movement. So that would be Baphomet. The Clintons were there, and they are just murderers. So that spirit was there. Kamala was there, which represented her true background and her true history of being Indian, which makes sense why they had an Indian person there to do the invocation. So Vishnu and Shiva were there. Outside, you had an abortion van, which was symbolic of Moloch and Baal. Marching up and down the street, you had the Philistines, which were symbolic of Dagon. You had Oprah Winfrey there. You had Beyonce there, which we know Beyonce is a satanic. She's a Satan worshiper, which means Jay-Z was there. Katy Perry was there, who was once formerly a Christian, sold her soul, became a singer. I mean, it was just a demonic convention altogether. And what got me was doing the invocation with the black lady, Leah Darty. If you go listen to her prayer, she opened it to Father, our Father, and who created the heavens. She goes through this long prayer, and then she doesn't end the prayer in Jesus' name, nothing. It's just she just ends the prayer and walks off. And you know, scripturally, there's only one way to the Father, which is through the Son. So when you see somebody take that position and pray in that manner, and you ignore the fact that they didn't go through the right protocols, then they ain't talking to God the Father. They're talking to some other person that they consider to be their father. But there's protocols, rules, regulations on how things work. You know what I'm saying? Rules and regulations. So it's right dead in front of everybody's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Dead smack in front of everybody's eyes. And overall, it's being rejected on it from everywhere. We got 165 people and 249 likes. It'd be nice if we got the rest of those likes up to 200. Give me a good ratio instead of ratioing me in the algorithm lower than the ratio needs to be. You dig? So, yeah. It's dead smack in front of everybody's faces. It doesn't matter what people want to do. You can make a choice. Figure out how you want to rock and how you want to roll. That's the beauty of it. You got your choice. You got your choice to make. I've been chilling on my shorts videos because I had one that was going crazy and I didn't want to cut it off. I wanted to see what would happen, and it started going crazy again. And make it happen. So I'm gonna let that one sit for a second. I might do another one. I kind of like the shorts algorithm because when you get in the shorts algorithm, you get to see where people are because you get more, the videos get more exposed, you get more information from the comments that come in. And every now and then, I'll throw up something with like a Bigfoot on it just to see them people get triggered and for the bot attack to happen. And then when they figure out I triggered the bot attack, they shut it off and shut the views off. I just talked about that. I said why I said that the Republicans opened that thing praying to a Hindu god, and I ain't like it at all. And best believe when I prayed, I brought that to the Lord and said, what the hell wrong with them? But it makes sense because you got wicked people inside of both of those parties. You absolutely have wicked people inside of both of those parties. There's no doubt about that. One is highly more wicked than the other one. And one is out in the open way more than the other one. But they definitely got wickedness in both those parties. Anybody who would say that there's not wickedness in both those parties is a liar. Because them Democrats ain't doing everything they're doing without some help. So don't be under any illusions that, and this is a crazy thing. I think people think that God don't see them. Like he don't see what they doing. That's the most insane thing to me. It's like he see everything y'all doing. And quite frankly, the ones who are blatantly open with what they believe in, I kind of respect them more. Because at least you telling me what you about. The ones who sitting there trying to hide, you know what I'm saying? And doing stuff behind the scenes, they way worse. So I submit to you in a way, when it comes to being wicked and evil, at least the Democrat Party is bold with their wickedness and their evil because they're just going to throw it in your face. I'm your enemy. Now, if you're not smart enough to see that I'm your enemy, that's on you. But the people in the Republican Party that's satanic and devil worshippers and Hindu worshippers, they want to just try and slide it on in there. Slide by. If I ever had a chance to meet Donald Trump, I would be like, look, I'm voting for you. I appreciate you. But hey, man, don't you ever have nobody do no damn Hindu ritual and do no Hindu prayer at nothing that represents America, man. You lost your mind. That'd be the conversation I have with him. Straight up. And he'll respect it too. Or he won't. But I'm gonna say what I need to say. All right, it's going on 12 noon. We got to get busy. I got work to do. I'm gonna catch up with you guys.